good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 3 wrap of Jumping at Willinga for 2019. Another amazing day of competition here at Willinga Park. We've seen the highs of show jumping, the thrills of it all taking place, and we're going to go through all the action. Taking it through this evening, it's great to welcome a good mate of mine. He's a wonderful expert, 2-time Australian show jumping champion, David Cameron. Welcome back to the panel, Dave. Great to have you.
Cheers, Timmy. Good to be back, mate. What a day of show jumping we had.
Oh, it is just been world class again. You know, we were up at Gatton earlier this year and I thought you're never going to see a futurity as good as what we saw up there in August, July this year. But I think we saw another one today. Phenomenal class.
Well, it just goes to show too, Timmy, the quality of horses in Australia at the moment. You know, we've got a lot of very well-bred horses coming out, and you have classes like that where it's high-level jumping. It's fantastic.
Graham Watts said to me today, in 35 years of course building, he doesn't believe he's ever had such a strong field of futurity and mini-pre horses, and all of that to do is majority with the breeders. You know, we are looking at 90% of those horses in that futurity are now Australian bred. Gone are the days of going to Europe and bringing one back and putting it into the sport. They're here in the country, we're breeding them, find them, produce them, and you've got yourself an absolute cracker of a product.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Timmy. You know, our breeders are producing horses that are European quality. You know, you're definitely right.
The morning kicked off this morning. First round of the amateurs. They had a warm-up class here on Thursday. Rest day on Friday. They're back out at today, and Damien Churchill cleans up again. He is just, it might not always be the prettiest, but boy, he gets the job done. This horse is just unbeatable almost at amateur level.
Oh, yes, and Damien's a great bloke, and he's a real passionate supporter of jumping. Diesel mechanic by trade. You know, we actually went through the junior ranks with him. You know, he's a top fella, great competitor. It's great to see him have a win like this.
Great to see the strength in the amateurs too. A solid 120 track here today. I think we ended up with 9 clear or 10 clear out of the 35, 38 that started. Damien quickest to go. $1,000 to win the amateur final here tomorrow afternoon. It's big time, big money, as Brett Hickey would say.
Exactly, mate. If you thought Damo went hard today, he's going to go harder for $1,000 tomorrow. But yeah, I agree. The quality of the amateurs is getting better, and you know, this class today was some really good jumping.
It was just great to see them out here riding so well. Gear looking great out in the arena. The ground, no issue whatsoever now.
No, the horses actually jumped better again today, I think. So no, the ground was really good today.
So from there, we had the stage set for the futurity. Gates were open at 8 o'clock this morning. They were lined up for over an hour. Our front gate crew had people lined up. We had just over 1,000 people pay to come in the gate today. Phenomenal effort for us. We're so excited with the uptake of locals wanting to find out about the sport.
I'm not surprised though, Timmy. Like, what a beautiful place to watch show jumping. I got on the bank there. It was great weather, very comfortable, great food, and you know, awesome entertainment with show jumping.
By the time we added the competitors here, some 1,500 or 1,600 people sitting on the banks. The trade stalls have been pumping all day. I did a little walk through there this morning. They're grins from ear to ear. The food stalls had to go and get some more food. And what a class they saw, David Cameron. The futurity to watch Maddie Stevens finish in second place. This was one of the nail-biting classes that you've seen.
Oh, this is as good a jump off as you'll see anywhere. And you know, Maddie did what she usually does. She comes out and she goes very fast, and Grazi's won a lot of really good classes, and he's probably quite experienced at futurity level. And yeah, she did a cracking round today and really put a lot of pressure on the rest of the field.
The interesting thing was the quickest time on the course, Mel Blair, unfortunately had that one very unlucky rail, but hasn't she grown in strength to strength?
Oh yeah, and she's got 2 really, really good horses, and a futurity horse. You know, he won the futurity at Waratah only a couple of weeks ago, so I wasn't surprised to see it jump really well today.
Maddie actually needed a win today after the AFL last night, so it was good to see her get a notch one up. But good money on this class, $5,000 to that winning horse. Like, it's serious money that we're playing for.
$5,000 is the most that I've ever seen to win a futurity. You know, so it was great money. So everyone really had a crack, that's for sure.
But Brooke Dobbin, I mean, this horse owned by Wendy Kendall from New Zealand, she's backed Brooke and Ange with a big team of horses. She's invested a lot of money. She sends them to Australia because she realised the strength in our market in selling them. I mean, You've got Alyssa Ho sitting on one now. Like, they're starting to see more of the Mount View performance horses around. And this one's a serious player. It's quick, it's careful, and you can dare it to something.
Yeah, no, it's very, very competitive. Brooke, early on, has had a really high opinion of this horse. He really rates it. And you can see today, like, you know, to win that class, you had to have a horse that you could put lots of pressure on and really trust and go really, really, really fast. And he did that. And you know, and made it look pretty easy.
I was talking to Watsy about this course. Solid 135, 140, and between you and me and no one else, Dave, there was 3 fences at 145 in the jump-off round. We still ended up with 7 clear, double clear, 24 clear in the first round, out of a field of 58. That's phenomenal to see the strength in these horses.
Yeah, no, and to get that many clean rounds is a real tribute to the quality of horses. And yeah, no, Brooke had to do a lot to win, and yeah, great class.
But deservedly so, great win to him. And I mean, right through those ranks, I thought they were looking super. All the horses there that were jumping up, I'm just trying to think of, there's not one you wouldn't want to take home.
No, no, any horses that made the jump off were, you know, a very classy field of horses.
It's interesting to see. I know your horse was in there just out of the money. He did it just in the money. Sorry, in 7th place. The one you've got with French Farm Spruce, and you know, there's a couple of eventer horses there sitting there that have come over, and they're showing the apposition as well. Yeah,
no, there's a couple of eventers. I know Tom's got another one, Tim Boland's, and yeah, there's a lot of good enough horses to be that can be good eventers, but also really good show jumpers out there.
What I think's great is to see the points removed off these futurities. Let's not punish horses. I was on the NJC, National Jumping Committee, when that was removed. My gut is I think it's the right decision. You watch a horse like Matty Stevens, Ghazi, he's young. He needs some miles before he's made to go and jump those 145s, which the Mini Prix is. And I really like it in terms of a development stage.
No, I agree. Taking the points away is a good idea. And I think what we should do is become more in line with Europe, and that's make them more young horse classes, and that's what's happening. So no, I couldn't agree more.
We had the young horse final over in ring number 2 today. Great to see Alice Cameron having 1st, 2nd and 3rd as she's breeding there. A lovely horse, Oak Sweet by
Oak Sweet.
It's out of
Sweet Lana
by Beluga, and Paul Brent did a super job on that horse. Congratulations to Alice Cameron, and we really thank her for her support. But of course, none of this would be possible without Terry Snow, and he has opened his doors. He doesn't know, without being rude to Terry, he doesn't know too much about show jumping. He's a stock horse man, really. He got swept up by Brett Parbury into the dressage world. Terry, I'm going to try and pull you back if I can. But without Terry Snow, we wouldn't have what we have here at Willinga Park. It's a $200 million, a state-of-the-art, world-class equestrian centre. And yesterday, I caught up with him and we chatted all things here at Willinga. Terry Snow, thank you firstly for giving us the ability to put on these amazing events.
Tim, it's my pleasure, and I got a love for the horse. Didn't start with jumping, but with the camp drafting horse, which I own a lot of. But and that's grown into the dressage, and when we have quite a large string of dressage horses ridden by Brett Parbury, and we've put on this show jumping event here. And I think that this is the first of many because, as you know, we're building a brand new arena which will be perfect for show jumpers.
That new arena, Terry, it's going to have 1,000 lux commercial TV lighting on it. It's going to have 1,000-seat grandstand and the largest ebb and flow auto arena in the Southern Hemisphere. It's an amazing investment you're putting into a sport that you don't even own a horse in.
That's correct, and I don't propose to buy one at the moment either, if that's what you're angling for. But
only if it's for me.
Well, you seem to be pretty well off for jumpers. And there's also 1,000 seats undercover arena and other overflow seating as well. So it certainly will be set up for show jumping night and day.
That will be opening mid next year. We can't wait to be launching that arena. Check out our website for some more details. But Terry, we have the Australian Jumping Team League competition. I came to you within about 2 minutes. You said, yes, let's buy a team. We were one of the first people to jump on board to this concept. It's a big investment, but it's very exciting to have Billy Raymond, Katie Laurie, Brooke Langbecker, our young gun, and David Cameron wearing the red colours for us and representing Team Willinga, potentially chasing a prize pool of $40,000 first prize.
Yes, this is a very exciting part of the sport, and it's something that we must build on, and facilities like this will let us do that. The sport has to have a level of professionalism. It's unfortunate, but that we talk about money, but these young people need money for horses, and as they compete overseas for travel expenses, and we want our horses to be represented overseas, and the only way we can do that is to have a thriving competition here in Australia and see if we can get as much support from our community to support our sport.
Well, we look forward to all the action. Terry Snow, once again, thank you for opening your doors. 214 riders, 355 horses have descended on Willinga Park. We're absolutely at capacity, but we love having everyone here enjoying not only the beautiful competition, but all the wonderful facilities.
Thank you, Tim, and wish everyone luck who's associated with the team. And there'll be an opportunity later on for people to get together and organise a team, or sponsors to sponsor a team, and we'd like to have a cutout where we got the best team of say 20 to participate in this, but that's around the corner. But it's a very exciting day because this is the start of something big in show jumping, I believe.
Most certainly is, and we thank Terry Snow from Willinga Park for allowing us to be here this weekend. What a man, what a vision, what a place, and we're just so lucky to have Terry and all that he's done for the sport.
We are, Tim. Like this place, everyone says it. They come to Willinga Park. It's probably one of the most amazing facilities worldwide for equestrian, and that's not exaggerating. But what I find remarkable is that, this is Terry and Jeanette's home, and when you come here, you truly feel welcomed. Like they want people to come to their property and see it and use it, and we're extremely lucky to have it.
Most certainly are, and that new arena that Terry and I were talking about, I cannot wait to sink our teeth into that. 170 metres long is one side. You saw the angle of the practice area, 50 by 30, but it's really a 50 by 70, and then 130 by 70 metre Otto ebb and flow arena. It's going to be world class. No, it will bring a new level of show jumping to Australia. Like we've lacked purpose-built arenas in this country. We've got an Otto arena at SIAC now. It's an indoor arena. We're going to have now a big outdoor arena that's going to be the same surface, and we've been crying out for it for years. So it's going to be amazing. All roads lead to Willinga, and we hope to make that happen. The case that arena due to open, as we said, in about mid-2020. Well, Dave, if we thought the Futurity was an exciting class, the young riders once again stepped up. 26 started, 50% of the field, 12 into the second round of competition. Amelia Douglas, first cab off the ranks in the seeded second round, and this horse, Sirius de Granite, wouldn't you just love a pup out of this one? Yeah, it's a very cool horse, and Amelia does a great job on him. She really has a good feel for him, but he's real quick. He's fast. He turns easy after fences, and plenty of jump and stride. It's a cool horse to have in Australia. You and I have seen plenty of young girls like Amelia come through, and their mum and dad have bought them good horses. What I love about this guy, I said it when I was interviewing Hamish, she is the real deal. She's a genuine girl. She's 19 years of age. She's improved out of sight in the last couple of years. Credit to her, her family, and all that she does. Couldn't agree more, Timmy. And the other thing about her, she's really tough. She can come out and have a bad round of one horse and get on the next one and turn it around. And in this sport, that's very important. It's all about that grit in the ring, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. There's a little bit of an in-joke there. We had it in our video, and there's been a bit of banter about that. Dave Cameron always shows grit in the ring. Here's a girl, though, that has just natural ability with a phenomenal horse. Erin Buswell took the win, last horse to go this afternoon, and what a great ride it was. She had a lot to do to try and win the class.
Yeah, no, this is a cool story. She's had this horse since he was quite young. I think he was 6 maybe. And they're a really cool partnership. I don't think there's been many young rider combinations that are as good as these two. And they stepped up the bigger Grand Prix recently, and you know, she won this quite convincingly today, and it was really cool.
It's just so clever, like it came round to that style fence, little chip, and it sets itself up, and it looks like it has, you know, springs in its feet.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's a real quality horse. And what I enjoyed watching this young rider was some of these young kids who stepped up into the teams competition yesterday, come out and look like they were more mature riders today. And I think that's going to be the benefit of the teams competition.
One competition, and you're right, you know, you look at Erin was there, you had Will Dyke today, looked phenomenal. Yep. Amelia Douglas, I think, you know, another answer just to name 3.
Jess Tripp as well.
Jess Tripp and Jamie Priestley as well. A little bit unlucky, I thought, Jamie. She just had a couple of rails. She had a quicker time, would have been at the lead had she not dropped them. So, you know, it is so good to see.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Well, Dave, I know the best horse I ever had, I still wish I had her, was a mare called Jolene. She was a thoroughbred mare, and I absolutely loved her. I know you've had a good couple of thoroughbreds in your time.
Yeah, no, plenty of good thoroughbreds. One called Explore by Eternity Range, who jumped World Cups. And no, thoroughbreds have been a big part of Australian show jumping, and it's really great to see them making a resurgence with these thoroughbred competitions.
We're so lucky here at Willinga Park. Chrissy Harris came to me. We've introduced them here at Willinga. Earlier today, I caught her to find out all about the Thoroughbred Sport Horse Association. Well, a new addition to the program here at Jumping at Willinga for 2019 is our Thoroughbred Sport Horse Association classes. And the lady who came to me, asked if we would run these classes, is Chrissy Harris. Hey Chrissy, thank you so much for asking us. It's been an absolute hoot and a pleasure having these wonderful thoroughbreds competing here this weekend.
Well, thank you very, very much, Tim, for jumping on board and saying you will run the classes for us. And it's been absolutely magic having them. I think what we're doing is, apart from trying to rehab racehorses, the amount of young kids and older people that were riding in the thoroughbred ring was just fantastic. The vibe there was brilliant, and thank you so much for having our classes.
We're so lucky. I know my best horse I ever had was a mare called Jolene. She was by Eagle Eye out of a Kate's Charm mare, and such a wonderful horse. The thoroughbred has sort of been lost in the last couple of years, and I know you've got big plans to try and really rejuvenate and put them at the top of the podium again.
Oh, Tim, I have massive plans. I want to get back to where we were. Between 1999 and 2006, we had 31 representatives representing Australia in show jumping on the world stage in World Cup final, World Championships and Olympics. Out of those 31, 18 were thoroughbreds and 13 were other breeds. So that's my main aim, is to get back there again.
They're such a good horse, they're so versatile, but of course giving the riders the incentive is so important, and the sponsorship that you came to us with, you know, you said to me, hey Tim, I've got sponsors, makes my job so much easier. It's just wonderful, and there have been some great people behind this initiative.
Having BreedNet on board, and BreedNet spearheaded by Craig and Tara Madgwick, has been absolutely fantastic. Tara is a fabulous statistician, and she is doing all the 120 horses for us. So we're now starting to do what we did in the old days, which was have all the thoroughbred breeding organised, so that when you get one off the track, you know it's breeding, you go, hey, I'll grab that one.
And that is such an exciting part to how this is going to grow. Big plans for the future. What can you tell us? What's in the pipeline?
In the pipeline for next year, well, we're running up to 120. Next year we'll do 130, and the year after, 2022, hopefully we'll be running 140. So we'll be running 6 different divisions at as many shows as we can get to.
So to be in it, you need to find a thoroughbred. What else do you need to do?
Oh, you just need to buy a licence from us. What we do with the licence fee from Thoroughbred Sport Horse is that we're collecting everybody's data, and then we can hand it back to the industry to say, hey, this is what we're doing for you. These are where the horses have gone. These are who are looking after them. And hopefully, if we can scratch industries back, they can come on board and support us as well, as in the thoroughbred racing industry.
I don't think there'd be any child of the 80s who rode a horse who didn't ride a thoroughbred. The kids of the 2000s, they're certainly missing out. So this is a great initiative, Chrissy. We thank you so much for being part of our show and producing wonderful competition for the magnificent thoroughbred.
Tim, thank you to you and everybody at Willinga. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Chrissy Harris from the Thoroughbred Sport Horse Association there, and it's been a great initiative here at Willinga Park. we'll make sure they're back here in 2020 as well. The Thoroughbred Sport Horse Association. Check it out online if you want to get amongst it. It's a really good way to get into the sport of show jumping. Well, the final class that we saw here this afternoon, we changed it with the discussion of the riders from a jump-off class because we had so many clear in the futurity, so many clear in the young rider. We decided to make it a one-rounder, and once again, Billy Raymond rose to the top.
Yeah, no, fantastic win for Billy. He's having a very, very good show. This horse is Susie Willis's. Billy's got the ride for a while, and I'm pretty sure he's very glad to have it. And this combination looked like they're starting to form a very good one.
You know what I love about Billy? Every type of horse seems to go well for him. If you compared Anioso to the Capulet horse that he ran second on, they're a totally different style of horse, yet he still gets there right every time, and that's why he did so well on that horse, the Oaks Redwood horse that he took to WEG. You know, he's just such an adaptable rider.
Oh, no, look, Billy proved at WEG, you know, he's good as any of them as a rider. And yeah, no, no surprise, this horse jumps very well for him, and it's going to really enjoy the next few shows with Billy. And Susie had a lot of success with this horse. It's you know, it was really good in Part 2 at Sydney Royal last year, and it's a serious horse. So yeah, no, it'll be interesting how this combination goes.
Sam Williams Equestrian, one of his many sponsors of Billy's. Massive thanks to Jason Pitt from Trail Race as well, another one of his sponsors who have supported us here. I said to Jace, it's so much for a trade stand. He said, that's not enough, Tim. I'm going to double that price at no questions asked. That's the sort of bloke Jace is, and we're so lucky to have people like him here at Willinga.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Well, Dave, tomorrow's the big one, the Grand Prix, 12:30. We aim to have our first horse on course. We were talking last night, who's going to get there? Look, it's anyone's game. The final draws come out, 30 in the class. It's going to be a great one.
No, great afternoon of show jumping here tomorrow. It'll be a big class, lots of prize money, and if it's anything to go off the last 3 days, we're up in for a very good class.
Well, it's set to get to 27 degrees here. It's going to be a beautiful day out at Willinga Park. Wherever you are, we're only 3 hours from Sydney, 2 hours from Canberra. If you can get here tomorrow, we are going to have one of the best, most exciting Grand Prix from right here on the lawn behind me. But who's going to win? Anyone's question. Dave, thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon.
Look forward to coming back tomorrow, mate.
Competition starts at 7:30 in the morning. If you are watching on the live stream, thanks for joining us, and we hope you can join us here at Willinga Park for the final day of jumping at Willinga tomorrow at 7:30 start, Grand Prix 12:30.